No, don't.
All right. I received an email yesterday from an old friend of the show who we don't speak to all that much. I don't know why. He drifts in and out of our life. He's what I like to describe as a hustler. He's a guy that's just got the ideas. He's always running with another great idea. You might remember Marshall from about a year ago. No, actually, it was during the food drive, wasn't it? Back in November? When he was the guy that got some notoriety in the press because his house was robbed time and time again. And he set up some cameras and actually sat at a desk at work watching on a webcam as his house was robbed again.
Feeling helpless because he couldn't do anything except sit there and watch.
The height of that violation he must have felt. Marshall will join us in a second, but he sent me this email last night. It says, hi. And you know what? When it starts like that, hi, I don't know if I was just part of the mass email that he sent out or if this is personal.
No, he doesn't send out mass emails.
I think this is mass.
Well, whenever it's Marshall, though, I read it because it's important.
Yeah, important or just we just like Marshall?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He doesn't... He's not one of those that sends forward.
No, he doesn't. It says, hi. Well, for those of you that don't know, I've grown up as a fan of Rickey Henderson, the baseball player. Kelly, you familiar with the fine work of Rickey Henderson?
Not until he followed it up with the words, the baseball player.
Yes, yeah. He is certainly one of the great players of the 80s. I believe he is. He's baseball's all-time base thief. So... good for him. Well, after Roger Clemens signed to play this year with the Yankees again, Rickey voiced his hope to make a team again soon. See, Rickey didn't get to retire properly, Kelly. Back in 2003, he thought he was going to get to play a little bit more in the 2004 season, but he didn't get picked up by a team. So he didn't get to have his farewell retirement party on the field. So I've created a website petition for people to sign to help get Rickey on a team. He is at least as good as the worst player on any team. So if you like baseball or know people that do, please sign the petition and pass it along. If you want to check out the site, it's LetRickeyPlay.com. That's LetRickeyPlay.com. I was intrigued by this as a baseball man from way back, and we've got Marshall now on the phone. Hi, Marshall. You're on Live 105.3.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Marshall.
Fantastic.
Oops, hang on. So how come you guys haven't signed the petition yet?
I will tell you, sir, why I haven't signed the petition yet. And I wasn't aware that you were a big baseball fan. You are a big baseball fan?
Well, as a kid, when I had more time on my hands, I was a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
And Rickey Henderson was my idol. And so through the years, I've always, if I watched anything, I would always catch his highlights or read articles about him.
All right. Can I just ask you a question? Not for nothing, Marshall, but
Sure.
You say he was your idol growing up. He was like the biggest jerk in baseball, Marshall Hayes. What's wrong with you?
No, he was misunderstood.
Oh, is that it?
Really?
Exactly. He was a hot dog and a show-off.
Yes.
And so he's very flashy, but the game is entertainment.
He is the guy, if there is one player in my mind that, do you remember the beer commercials with Leon, the athlete? Well, Leon doesn't do this, and Leon doesn't. You remember those commercials?
Yes.
He is the one guy, Marshall, you can't disagree with me. I thought that guy was based almost entirely on Rickey Henderson's attitude.
He might have been, and I'll admit, Rickey isn't well-educated.
Okay.
He doesn't speak very well. He got signed by the A's right out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
But of all the players out there, even after 2003, when he didn't get picked up to play again, he played in the minor leagues. He played in Newark, New Jersey for like $1,000 a month.
Well, I remember a few years ago he was playing in the Northern League out there in like Oregon
the North?
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think over in California, the San Diego Dogs or something like that.
Yeah.
And so of all the people out there, I mean, you hear all these baseball players making all this money, and it's all about ego. He's 48 years old. He doesn't want to be paid. He just loves the game.
No, it's all about his ego, Marshall.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Rickey Henderson is the guy who always said, Rickey this and Rickey that. He referred to himself in third person all the time.
Why else would you want a big send-off on a field if it's not about your ego?
Mm-hmm.
That's totally ego-related.
Well, it's true, but then as a fan, I mean, baseball is entertainment. Wouldn't that be fun to watch? Come out there one last time.
Here's the problem that I have with when people say it's entertainment, and that's why it's entertaining when people do the hot doggy moves. Because if everybody did, it would turn into the WWE.
Exactly.
And it's no longer a sport.
But true, but he's not everyone could do it as well as he could do it.
Now, Marshall, we like you, right?
Say what?
You know we like you. You are a friend of the show. I hope you didn't think that you were just going to get us to sign off on this crazy idea without questioning you on your...
No, I've got lots of emails of people giving me... I posted some ads on some of the groups in MySpace, and I have to say the Red Sox fans are the most against the idea.
Really? As a voting bloc, it's the Red Sox fans that have the biggest problem with it.
Well, because I went into the different groups and would, say, hey, why don't we get him back on the Red Sox? Because he played there for part of 2002 season, and I got a lot of negative response of bringing Rickey back to the Red Sox.
Why do I think that's cleaning it up a bit, knowing Red Sox fans?
All right. You go on to say in the note that I just read that Rickey didn't get to retire properly. Now, what I think you're alluding to there is the farewell tour that a lot of athletes get to do, where, they announce their retirement, they play their final season.
Like Andre Agassi?
Like Michael Jordan, I don't really know if Andre Agassi, but when they go to opposing teams' fields for the last time, they get honored by the opposing team's fans. Usually that team will give them something.
They get to make a speech and people cry.
Yeah, even though it's not them, but it's sort of like their farewell tour, last chance to get to see. Isn't that reserved for people that were liked by the fans?
Yeah.
He was liked by the fans. He was hated by the media because the media would always cast him in a negative light.
Yeah.
So when you posted that in Boston, then it was all media people that responded with hatred?
No, that was people who have been manipulated by the media.
Oh. So you're saying my impression of Rickey Henderson... All right. Well, how do you answer this? I just did, because I'd heard the story. I was watching ESPN, and they were talking about, why Rickey now wants to come back and play at 48 years old. So I decided before we talk to you today, I would just do a news search, Rickey Henderson, and then, click the news and look for all the news articles that come up.
And you're going to find the foul ball story, right?
Yes. Now, this guy is back in the news for 48 hours after being gone for a couple of years, and the first story that pops up, not the story that you're reacting to, but another negative story with the headline, baseball legend catches ball in stands, refuses to give it to a young fan.
Right, it wasn't just one young fan. Everyone around him was asking for the ball.
Goes on to say, here's a quote now from Rickey Henderson. This was at the Mets-Giants game.
So he did eventually, though, he gave it to a young fan, right?
No, he signed a ball for that young fan, but he said he had never caught a foul ball, and being such a fan of baseball, he wanted to keep that piece of memorabilia himself and put it on.
Because he probably doesn't have any baseball memorabilia.
I guess
he's never caught a foul ball.
Oh.
I can get that. It's a different kind of trophy for him.
No,
Exactly.
it is not.
And so he gladly signed a baseball for that kid, which is going to be worth a lot more than just catching a foul ball from some no-namer from the
All right,
Giants.
you're right, Marshall, and I will give you that, but this is my problem with Rickey Henderson. Even when he does something that ultimately is good, which is giving the kid the signed Rickey Henderson ball, because, a random ball just hit from some nameless player, that's going to be nothing except, hey, look, I was at the game and caught a ball. You get an actual signed Rickey Henderson baseball from the man himself, that's a real trophy. But Rickey's problem is, even when he does something good, then he doesn't handle it well. The headline is baseball legend catches ball in stands, refuses to give it to young fan. It doesn't say he gave a young fan a better prize than the foul ball.
Exactly, but that's what sells papers.
But I think it's just the way he goes about it. He's so arrogant.
Isn't there something in that article about how he said, hell no, I'm not going to give him the ball?
It said jokingly, Henderson said jokingly.
Joke, yeah, he joked. He still has, all right, here's what it says, the exact quote. Everybody was asking me for the ball. I said, you're not getting this ball. I always wanted to get a foul ball. This one's going on a shelf at home, said Henderson. He joked he still has skills, saying, the ball found me. I was so quick.
Isn't that great? Don't you want more of that?
Look, I'll give you this. He's probably the best leadoff man I've ever seen in baseball. All right? No one's going to take away his baseball skills.
Sure.
But I just, there are, of all the players that have just sort of faded off into obscurity, this is the guy that you put the website up, LetRickeyPlay.com?
Yes, he was great at what he did. He was flashy, yet he was competent, but had the skills to back it up.
Yeah, okay. And it goes
his longevity, played 25 years. I mean, no one plays 25 years anymore.
That's true. And he was, well, was he good the last couple of years? Honestly, I thought he retired in like 96. I got to be honest with you.
He slowed down a little bit, and if you look on the site now, it looks like a bunch of your listeners have already signed up.
Oh, LetRickeyPlay.com.
Westlake says he was his childhood hero, too.
The message you're greeted with is Let Rickey
one
Play.
guy.
Well,
Help send a message to Major League Baseball teams that you want to see Rickey Henderson play at least a few more games. Let Rickey retire his way, the Rickey way. All right. Look, it's LetRickeyPlay.com. Well, what's your next step? This is like a multi-tiered plan you have, right, Marshall?
no, this is just kind of a joke. Because for the past few years, I've always been saying, hey, they ought to sign Rickey, or whenever somebody would say, hey, did you see the game last night? I'm like, what, did someone sign Rickey?
Someone signed Rickey.
So I've been doing this, for the last couple of years, teasing my friends, and so finally I was like, hey, you know what? Let's take it to the next level. So I'm hoping to get to go to one of the games this weekend, get a poster out there, get on ESPN, and...
Why not Steve Garvey? Why not,
Garvey?
I don't know, why not somebody, Catfish Hunter? I think he's dead.
Because he's too old.
Yeah, or too
Rickey's
dead.
still playing out in the minor leagues. This year, he's been with the Mets. He does a training camp at spring training, teaching them base running.
Well, yeah, that's his role now. He's a coach.
But he's still faster than the kids he's teaching.
Really? Is Rickey saying that?
Some of them, I don't know.
Because Rickey likes to toot his own horn.
What about that Don Drysdale guy?
Yes, let's bring Don Drysdale
He
back.
was very nice on the Brady Bunch.
He seemed like a good guy. Well, it says here that your next plan is to get people to carry posters to games that say, let Rickey play.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry, I won't ask any of you to go that far unless you really want to. Okay. All right.
So
well,
you kind of did, though.
You did, yeah.
Well, I know how much you like public attention, so I thought maybe you might not want to be carrying a banner with you.
Well, Marshall Hayes, LetRickeyPlay.com. I wish you luck on it.
I appreciate it.
I think...
Hey, Marshall, if we help you out with this, will you help Cody out with something?
Can I help Cody out with something?
You know Cody,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so our former intern and producer, Cody, he's got to produce a reel for Beauty and the Geek. He's made it through several rounds of interviews.
He's a geek.
Don't say that.
Well, he didn't think he was a beauty. Come on.
I don't need to clarify. But what do they want there, Code?
It's like a 5-minute video of just showing me and my life and what I do. Like a bragging rights video of what I am.
Yeah, hey, Marshall, you still doing TV?
Yeah.
Well, are you like a TV producer? He's like a jack of all. He is a bon vivant.
Man about town. Back on tour.
We filmed an episode of Stag with Jimmy Ryan.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Pretty
Jimmy.
Eyes.
Pretty Eyes, our receptionist.
But he sure knows how to party.
Oh, really?
Yep.
No, but I think cameras actually turned him on.
Really? Yeah, he's a performer.
You know we're filming this, right? Yeah.
Oh, all right, very good.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Cody's not like that.
I'll tell you, why don't we, Marcia, you want to hang on? We'll tell you what Cody's doing. Can you hang on?
Okay. Sure.
Okay, hold on.
The website is LetRickeyPlay.com. However misguided I feel the website is. Marshall's a fan.
There are always fans. There must be fans out there.
There are. I've got a bunch of emails in front of me right now from people that say that I'm wrong about Rickey Henderson. I don't know. I was always a fan of the White Sox, who at the time were in the American League West, and Rickey Henderson for most of his career was a Oakland A, also in the American League West, so I hated him.
What does Mel Hall think of him?
Mel Hall, yeah. Hey, Marshall, let's go local. Let's get Mel Hall back in a uniform, huh?
How do I say that's Rickey?
All right,
but we know where he is.
Yeah, but we can actually find and talk to Mel. He came out to the MILF contest. We'll take a break and come back more with Marshall, and we need to talk about what Cody did yesterday. Cody had his big interview for Beauty and the Geek when we come back on Pugs
Kelly.
Free FM.
Live 105.3.
The Pugs and Kelly Show on Live 105.3. Later tonight at 10.
Making us all dumber.
Hi, Marshall.
It's the most dumbest song ever.
Marshall Hayes is back with us from LetRickeyPlay.com. How do you like being a guy who I say is from LetRickeyPlay.com?
It'll be much better once Rickey's on a team.
All right, very good.
We'll be more betterist.
Hey, quickly, though, I have to say, you know the story about John Olerud, right?
That was a fabricated story.
Okay, I was going to say, I've heard that story a million times, and I got an email from somebody who said that.
Yes, that's made up.
Why do you say it's...
Rickey's not smart. He's not that dumb.
What makes you saying that it's not true a more valid opinion than somebody saying that it is?
There's been other people that have discounted it. I think even if you look up, which I'm sure you guys did before I called in today, when you looked up Wikipedia.com and looked up Rickey Henderson, you saw there where it also had been stated that it was a made-up story.
It says, this comes from Leanne. I choose to believe it's real because it just seems to fit with the Rickey Henderson
Exactly.
image.
I mean, it would be great if it was. What a great story.
Pugs, my favorite Rickey story is when he was playing in Seattle and he went up to John Olerud and said, "Hey man, I used to play in New York with a guy who wore a batting helmet in the field too." To which Olerud replied, "Yeah, Rickey, that was me." He did, insinuating that Rickey doesn't even know his own teammates because
Exactly.
he's all about Rickey.
I mean, yes, it's a great story to type the myth of Rickey being all about Rickey.
All right, very good. Now, we kept you around here, if you don't mind. Kelly, why do we keep Marshall around here?
Because our intern/producer, Cody, happened to be around when we had casting agents for Beauty and the Geek, and he just happened to be sitting behind the casting agent, and, I was trying to find more things to talk about. Just out of the blue, volunteered Cody for the project.
And lo and behold, he's moving steadily through the process.
It took.
Yeah. They sat him down. He did the big full-blown interview with the casting producers and all that.
He didn't have to go to a call or anything. He's 2 steps in.
But what do you need, Cody? Because Marshall, it's true. You work in TV. You do the show stagonline.com, right?
Yeah, in fact, Cody's worked with us.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's all the way through past the background check, Marshall.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you as a
The
television...
background check?
He's up to the background check.
We didn't say he passed. We just said he's up to that stage. All right, so what do you need, Cody?
It asked that I create like a 5-minute video for VHS tape to send it to him. That way it shows me like why I should be here, what sets me apart, like stuff I do in everyday life or just like, with here work and at home.
Do you know someone that might be able to help him out with like editing facilities and all of that? Like maybe a camera that can film him and follow him around, and in return, Marshall, Let Rickey Play will be promoted every day. As well as, we'll continue to have you and Tommy whenever you want to promote Stag.
When does this have to be turned in by? When's the deadline?
Why don't you guys talk off the air? Why don't we just allow Cody to call you? Would that be all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and then we'll find out. Cody, is that cool with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Kelly?
Yep.
All right, good deal.
How would I care?
All right. You have any... That's true. Well, because we want Cody to have,
No, I know.
a leg
Yeah,
up.
of course.
All
I want
right.
him to be on.
What other websites do you have out there, Marshall, that we can promote for you?
The biggest thing is we're getting closer to getting Stag on regular TV.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. That's got to be...
And we've got a lot of foreign interest. There's a bidding war in Korea.
Wow, neat.
Well,
They're big Tommy Grand fans from the day.
Tommy Grand. Love Tommy Grand.
Tommy went out to France to the big international TV selling festival thing, and they were all, Tommy Grand, presenter of Cheaters, and...
That's all. Cheaters is everywhere. I see that every time about a show that's syndicated on every... it's on every, second-tier satellite channel. Ones that you don't go... channels that I only watch because of Cheaters.
G4.
Yeah, stuff like that. But I like that show.
We're going to run out of time.
Oh, damn it. All right, Marshall.
They'll be as popular.
Thank you, Marshall. We're going to have Cody give you a call, all right?
Okay, great.
Appreciate anything you can do. And, folks, remember, LetRickeyPlay.com.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thanks,
there
Marshall.
it goes. All right, we have a...